Okay. On the notion of judging yourself and judging others. Okay, so here's a little assignment for you. When you go out in your day, if you have a little notebook, or you can just keep it in your mind or do it on your phone or whatever, I want you to have two columns. One is victim and one is judge. Victim and judge. So when you go out in your day, notice the thoughts in your head, and this is the key to, what they call mindfulness. It's self-awareness of the thoughts that you're having in your head that are converted into sentences, okay? So when you're going out in your day, it's a fun game to play. Start noticing where you're having judgment thoughts. Oh, I like those earrings. Oh, those pants, not so much. I would never wear those. Oh gosh, whatever. Judging thoughts, okay? So you'll have a huge amount of those during the day. You won't even have an awareness. That's energy that you're expending when you're having those thoughts. Instead of just observing and isn't that interesting? Observing and allowing, not spending a lot of time, especially on judgments that are creating these negative feelings inside of you. You know what I mean? That's energy that you're expending. Remember I talked about the battery? Don't expend energy on those things. You want to expend energy on creating things. Okay, so the victim space is where, having the awareness of thoughts in your head that go something like this, like, God, I'm always late. Why am I always late? Oh, she's always late, or these things about victimness. And so notice those. Usually, people are either on one side or the other. They're judgers or they're victims. And the mass of the population is more on the judgment side than on the victim side. Victim is very weak thought. It's like, it's not, being a victim is not taking responsibility. You have power over most of these things in your life, about changing them and making them work for you. So whenever you say that you have no power, you can't, I would question that and see if you're just being in the victim space, which is basically abdicating power and responsibility to something or somebody else. That's one. And then the other spot is the judgment spot, where you're judging others, which in form is a way of not loving yourself and judging yourself as well. So victim judge notebook, try it for a day or two. It's fun to notice. And then try a day where when you're noticing it, you can stop the amount of times that you're feeling judgment. And also it's really fun. I personally very rarely go into the victim space. And when I do, it might take a little bit for me to catch it, but it always has the same words, like, and it's kind of fun to realize it, like, wow, there it is. I don't need to do that. I don't need to be in that space. I don't need to waste my day or an hour being in that space. It's just exhausting, and it goes nowhere. That's it.